I hope you had a great long weekend. Today is Tuesday. It is your remote day. And so I'm going to go through what you need to get done today. First off, first slide here is the link to the planner. So if you click over here, the planner is here. Today is the 8th. You are the black group, the B group. And so this is what you need to get done today. And it's due by Thursday at 8 a.m. Okay. Coming back over here. So again, these are the two assignments for today, and they again are due by 8 a.m. on Thursday. So you're going to complete the graphical kinematics reading comprehension. It's a form that you will fill out as you do the reading, and then the graphical kinematics practice problems, which are some graphs that you'll fill in. So coming over here, please don't forget to bring your computers tomorrow if you can do that, because we are going to be needing that. I asked you to print off these equations last time. You're definitely going to need the ones for 2.1 as we go forward. So these are your distance formulas, basically. And so we're going to go with that. And then your first assignment is this reading right here. So you're going to click on this link, and when you do, it will bring this up here. This is the physics hypertext book. It kind of increases the level of math as you go, but you're going to do the reading here. It's going to show you some things about formulas like for average velocity, the change in displacement over change in time. And as you go, it's going to start talking about some graphical analysis things. And so looking at the slope of the line and being able to understand how that slope tells you about the change in velocity. So the slope of a displacement first time graph is going to be your velocity. And then it compares that to a formula. So we can see this is a line. Here you have the formula for a line in the y equals mx plus b format. And then it relates that to physics. So it tells you that displacement equals your initial position plus velocity times your change in time. So it relates the formula for a line to your physics problem or a formula. And then it talks about how the slope is your velocity, and it talks about the y-intercept is your initial position. When you're looking at a quadratic here, and so when you look at the quadratic, it's in this form. Usually I'll have it as ax squared plus bx plus c. They have it kind of reversed here, but the idea is the same, that when you're looking at displacement, it is going to again be your initial position plus your initial velocity times time plus 1/2 at squared. And so you can see how the formula for a quadratic relates to the distance formula here. Coming down, it kind of has you do some problems. And then over here, talking about, again, constant velocity and acceleration, so that when you have a curved line on a displacement versus time graph, you're seeing acceleration there. Whether it's a deceleration or an acceleration, you see acceleration there. Talking about the average velocity is your change in displacement divided by your change in time, and applying that here. And then you can see some videos on it. This gets into some calculus. You don't have to worry about this, so you can skip over this part. Again, looking at a position versus time graph. Scrolling down, you can see velocity versus time, and you can see now these are your velocity versus time graphs. And when you look at this, these are going to be quite different from your displacement versus time or your position versus time graph. So pay attention to the difference when you're looking at the axes over here. And again, when you look at the slope of a velocity versus time graph, now you're getting the acceleration. And so you're going to see how the formula kind of stacks up over here. And you finish up. So again, don't worry too much about the videos. They start getting into some higher level math, and then kind of getting into the integrals over here, so the area under the curve, and looking at how you can use that. And then it gives into some practice problems over here. But as you're going through that, you are going to be completing this form, which just follows right along with your reading. Okay, so you should have them both open at the same time. Then when you're done with that, you have one more assignment, and this one here is your motion graphs practice, and you're going to submit this through Google Classroom. Pay attention to the speaker notes down here. Every other answer has been given to you. So as you go through in level 1, you're going to be looking at these 4 different graphs, these distance versus time or displacement versus time graphs, and you're going to draw from here onto here what the velocity versus time graph would be. So that's in the level 1. And then in level 2, and actually I'm going to click on this, I'm sorry, I'm going to come back here so you can see the whole sheet. So in level 1, you are just going to do from distance versus time to velocity versus time. In level 2, you're going to take the velocity versus time graph and apply it to your position versus time. And pay attention that they give you your starting position on these displacement versus time graphs. And then your level 3 is going to be a little bit tougher. You're going to start seeing accelerations. Again, that curved line is going to represent an acceleration. And then you have some questions that are going to involve finding the integral to do the displacement when you're looking at a velocity versus time graph. Okay, and then so again, every other question, so if I click down here, you're given the answer to the first one, you can see it visually, and then it's explained to you in the speaker notes. Then it asks you another one, and it gives you, again, in the speaker notes, you are given the answer of how to find the answer to the visual that you're given. And it does that for every other one. So you'll just scroll all the way down through, and again, doing every other question on your own, but then you can follow along with the answers as it fills it in for you and it explains it in the speaker notes for you. Okay, it tells you at the bottom here to submit that to Google Classroom, and then don't forget to fill out your reflection form for the day. Hope it works out well for you. Please let me know if you have any questions. I won't be able to answer your questions until at the end of the day, which ends at 1:30. So do your best and let me know if you have any problems. Have a great day.